And we are on. Hi, Sharon.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. How about you?
Well, great. I had a long day of a lot of interviews in front of the camera, and but it was like this because it's the new way of interviewing people, of course. But I
Yeah.
like it also because this way we can still continue to do the thing that we do, and that is promote our music, of course, and stay in contact with everyone. And that's yeah, I'm really happy for the technology nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. We're so glad to have you here on our Facebook page. So,
Thank
uh,
you.
thank you for your time, and thank you everybody who's joining us and tuning in at the moment. So, thank you all. And well, first of all, I would like to know, like everybody, I guess, how are you doing? If you're good. Uh, I mean, we're all going through such a really hard time. So, how have you been, and how is the whole lockdown thing going for you?
Well, I must say that it isn't very different from what we normally do. Normally, we're already a lot at home and working at home. We've got two studios, we can record here. And so we're doing a lot at home already. And now we just have the homeschooling added to it. So that's a bit chaotic sometimes. But yeah, but for us, actually, we're all doing fine. I think health is the most important thing, of course. And everybody's healthy. So I'm really happy about that. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, that's the most important thing. I would like to start straight away talking about your new song that you've
Yes.
released not long ago, Entertain You. So that's the first piece of music you're releasing after your latest record, Resist, which was released a couple of years ago now. Not one,
No, 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 last
one,
year.
1 year ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 1 year ago.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't even understand how's the time actually going on in my life. So I'm a little confused about that.
I totally understand. I don't know what day it is most of the time, so I
Yeah,
totally feel
exactly.
you.
Yeah. So before speaking about the very meaning of the song, I would like to say that sound-wise, was really surprising. Also, your fans were really surprised of what they heard, and I felt like in a way it was linked to Resist, even though it was also different. And this concept of being different kind of fits in with the whole meaning of the song. So first of all, I would like to talk about with you about the writing process of the song and how did you get to the sound result?
Well, the first reason why we even made such a quick decision to start writing again is the fact that we had a very big tour last year and the year before, promoting the Resist album, of course. So we felt like, okay, if we want to go on tour again, do the same, more or less the same countries, it's necessary to bring something new to the table for our fans that they can enjoy listening to and look forward to. And so that was the reason to decide, first of all, to write new music. Normally it takes a few years before we write a new and release a new album. And another idea that we had was like, okay, it's also very nice, some other music styles already do that, like the art, like the dance and like urban kind of music. What they do is they write a song, and quite soon after they immediately release it. There's not an album first, they have to wait for it to put it on. So those are two things that are very important for this release, and which is different, and why we are so quickly after the latest album. We started writing in November, just after the touring, because we felt like the music vibe was there, and we felt like we had a lot of inspiration. There's so much happening in the world, there's so much to write about, so much to be angry about, and also, of course, positive things. So, but there's a lot of inspiration, and now even more. So, it's like that next album, with a little help, I hope it will be finished soon, because it's not finished yet. It's just a few songs that we've recorded, and we've got a lot of demos that we like and have to work out still. So it's something that's still in progress. So the new album, I can't give you even a new date when there is going to be the release of an album, because the idea is that we want to release a few songs this year and maybe a few songs next year. Eventually, somewhere there will be an album, but we just want to, release in the moment so people can enjoy the journey that you're taking and the choices you're making for a certain kind of music before it feels already outdated after 2 years or 3 years when you finally ends up on an album.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this song, what it's about, it's well, it's a little bit about the urge to satisfy our personal needs, to my opinion, to feel good about ourselves, and we do that by sometimes pointing at a group of people who always stand out, who are different than the majority of our society. And this is, of course, a problem that we've had since mankind was on Earth, I think. You know, there's always a group that sticks out, who's different, that doesn't fit in. And, but, you know, it's like, for example, there's like, what you see in the Netherlands happening a lot the last 2 years is people filming incidents, people who are being attacked because they're different or because something's happening. Instead of helping them, they're filming it. And that's a little bit the thing that bothers me the most. Is like, okay, maybe they have good intentions by, okay, I have to record this because then I can tell the police or show someone as evidence. But if 10 people are filming it and nobody's helping, then you miss the point of what you're doing, and that's more for your own sensation and entertainment to film stuff that is in your eyes maybe entertaining or exciting, instead of really helping the person who's really being picked on, and most of the time always get picked on because of the fact they're different. And you know, it could be someone from a different religion, different race, maybe different, you know, sexual preferences. It's, you know, it's but also something very simple like a program like Idols, where which I also think is really reflecting how we use people for entertainment. You see, because you in the Netherlands, I don't know how it is in your country. If you have, did you have Idols, the program Idols, or?
I have no idea. I don't watch TV.
Oh no, Idols is the one of the first.
I don't think so. Maybe someone knows.
Okay,
Italian
well,
people, drop your
Idols
comments.
was actually, yeah, well, Idols was actually the first program where you could audition for a singing contest. Like, you know, everybody wants to. There's always a group of people that have aspirations to be in music, and the thing was that. You had like the first rounds, and then there was a jury, the final jury, that would eventually also help the finalists to get through the next round. And you know, like also with like X Factor, I don't know if you have that, but the problem with those programs is it's always about entertainment, especially when you saw that people were doing the contests of this program, for instance. They were ridiculed, like especially people that are, you know, a little bit more special, or maybe don't realize that they're maybe not that talented, and they really got really harsh you know, advice, or you know, how do you say it, like comments about their performance. And for me, I always find these kind of programs very difficult, because I think if it's only for the entertainment, for the television, instead of really helping an artist further in their career, then I really have a problem with these kind of programs. So it's for me also a reflection of how we deal with certain things in society. And I think it's almost like saying it's okay to ridicule people who don't realize that maybe not that good to be a performer or a singer, or they are very different than what people would like to see in a performer. But you know, it's something that I find very difficult, and that's also a way how society is going with entertainment nowadays, and that's something that I don't like about our society. And at this moment of time, you know, we have got a lot of responsibility. How do we approach people, and how do we go about them? And yeah, you just need to go and treat them with respect, to my opinion. And that's something that doesn't happen in these kind of programs all the time.
Yeah. And with this song, as you've just mentioned, you're conveying a very strong message. In our society, basically, individuals are always more focused on their personal interest rather than on a sense of community and acceptance of what is different. So I quote you from a piece something you said about this track, which is we should look into the mirror more often and start questioning our own beliefs. We should try to understand not only ourselves, but also, and most importantly, the others and the world around us. So I mean, it's really the timing is perfect. I mean, for this song, because considering the current crisis and what we're going through right now, I think there's no better time to start questioning things. What do you say about that?
Well, I think we all have responsibility. Also, if if you're having a lack of holding yourself to certain rules that will eventually lead to more people getting sick, then it's all about respect for each other. And although you might not be the risk category, we all have to take this responsibility and think a little bit more further. And yeah, like I said before, looking in the mirror, like, okay, what are our responsibilities, and are we living up to that, especially also today?
Yeah, exactly. So you've mentioned that this song will be probably included in a new album, but you don't have any schedules or plans exactly. But so, to what extent are you working on other songs, and are you planning to release new singles soon?
Sorry, can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, sorry. I asked whether you're planning to release new songs soon in the near future.
Well, we're just thinking of maybe releasing a few singles, or maybe just a few songs. Don't all have to be singles, so not every song is going to get the same attention as we have given this song this year. And then next year there will be another few songs, hopefully. And in the end, there will be an album. So yes.
All right. Okay. You were supposed to be touring starting from April with Evanescence, but
Yes.
unfortunately, of course, it was postponed to September. So,
Yeah.
do you have any news about it? How likely is this tour to actually take place, according to you?
Well, it's very difficult to say, because if I look at the regulations that the Dutch government has given so far, but they're opening up more and more now. It's more getting, uh, uh, you know, regulations are getting less strict here in the Netherlands, but still they have still the same rules. Like events above 100 people are not happening until the end of August, and of course at the beginning of September our tour starts. It's a very, very close call, and and they said if there's no vaccine or other medication that can prevent us to stay safe, that cannot prevent us to be safe, then these events won't happen until it can. So that could take even longer, but it can also, because yesterday there was a news, of course, that there is a lot of progress on this matter. But if it's realistic, because things need to be tested as well. So I don't know. I find it very difficult. I'm hopeful, but at the same time, it could be rescheduled again, of course. But yeah, the government has to tell in every country if it's possible or not, and that's also very difficult for us because we play in the whole of Europe, of course, and it's not just one country, but it's all the countries. So yeah, so and all this, it all ties together, all the shows that we have. So we can't just say cancellation to one show and another show will play, because that will be so strange to do so also. And well, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's of course it's really tough for artists at the moment to make plans and stuff like that. But we're really finger crossed, and we really hope that by
Yes.
autumn everything will be almost back to normal. We really hope so. And all right, so of course all of your fans are really excited about this tour, because two of the biggest male-fronted bands are touring together, are meant to touring together. So how did you decide to do this? How did you meet? How did you start this project?
Well, first of all, of course, I knew the band, and the band knew us also in a way, but we never met actually. So eventually they were playing here in the Netherlands 2 years ago, and we got an invitation to come to their show, and if I wanted to, I could come backstage to meet Amy Lee. And Robert and I went both there, and I met her, and she was a really, really a nice, down-to-earth person. And I didn't know what to expect, because I didn't, most of the time when you meet someone for the first time, it's a lot of chit chat and very it doesn't really go to a deeper level. And with her, I was really within 5 minutes, and a glass of wine, of course, to a deeper level. And and I don't like chit chat that much. So for me, it was refreshing to actually go into a real conversation that quickly with somebody I only met like for 5 minutes. And I think we both felt like, okay, this is really interesting that we have such a beautiful connection. So talking about the sense of life, within 15 minutes, I felt like, okay, I had
That's
goosebumps when I left.
impressive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't often get that. So I was really impressed about that. And I was really happy that something that like that can even happen. So yeah. So eventually we stayed in contact. We saw each other even in Austria once again, because we were playing at the same festival, just behind each other. And before that time, we had decided, okay, what can we do together? Because we have this we had a beautiful connection. Is there something we could do together? Because that would be really awesome. And we had several options, but we felt like, okay, going on tour would be very cool also. But we just did a tour already, of course. So for us, it was like, okay, another tour, and I've just come back, and we'd like to write new songs again, and that's going to interfere with that. So, but we said, okay, this is going to be very cool for the fans, and I think this is going to be something that, is going to be, people will see this as something very special. So we felt like this is something we need to do, and it's going to be so much fun to be on tour. To have another girl on tour as well, and another band that you like. So it's it was just a very good match, I think, and a very good idea. And you saw also the response of fans, like, okay, nobody saw this coming.
Yeah.
And so, but so I'm looking forward to it still, and it will happen eventually.
Yeah, same are we. And speaking of amazing female metal singers, you recently did a very fun live chat with Christina from Lacuna Coil.
Yes. Oh, so much. Yeah.
Yeah, we all enjoyed that, and also your fans, of course, enjoyed it a lot. And one of the comments I read the most and more frequently was actually a request. Um, is there gonna ever be a song with you and Christina singing together?
Well, maybe, for us, it's always, we never think of people in our heads when we start writing music. It's more like when you write a song and you think a certain singer or someone else, a guitarist or someone else, would fit on the song, and it would bring something extra to the song. Then we're always, thinking, okay, who could this person be? And then looking at the song, what does it need? And that's how we ask people to participate on our song. And I think that's for most artists, it goes like that. It doesn't like, okay, I want to write with this person, I'm just going to write a song and it will work. But no, it really works the other way around. You write a song, and if there's something that you think, okay, this would really be perfect for this person, then you ask someone.
Yeah, for sure. All right. As we have talked about before, we've been through a really tough time of isolation, and all of this health crisis has been affecting us all. Of course, for us, I think that music is one of the things that really helped us through. And I would like to know if there was a particular song or artist or album or whatever that helped you go through all this situation.
Well, not really. What did help me, I made this playlist for a workout, because normally I would go to a gym and go to a personal trainer to work out. But of course, that wasn't possible. All the gyms were closed. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do the workout at home. And it works really well for me. And I found someone who was making a workout without music. So I could put my own music behind it and still hear her talk and giving me directions what to do. And so I made a playlist, a rock and metal playlist, so people could enjoy that, and with a high intensity workout. So it's not like slow song, heavy song. No, it's all very with a high rhythm. That's why I chose the songs, and also because I like the bands, of course, and the music. But also because of the fact they have a certain rhythm that will keep a high pace when you're working out. So that helped me discover a lot of new tracks that I didn't know, but from a lot of bands, and even some new bands. So it's like that was really helping me, and I really got into making the playlist and those kind of things, and updating it all the time and making funny videos around it. uh, so that was fun doing. I enjoyed that very much. So so music did help me eventually, and also the workout and everything. And it might be also something for your listeners. It's called the Corona Quarantine Sweat It Out workout, and you can find it on all the platforms, especially the Spotify and Apple Music. There's a playlist to work out to, and yeah, you might discover some nice, cool songs there that you didn't know yet. So
Cool. Thank you for suggesting. We will check it out for sure. Right. So, is there something you've learned, like any new skill during this time? I mean, in Italy, it was so much common for people to start cooking a lot because, of course, we're
yeah,
Italian. That's what we do. We cook
yeah,
and eat
we love
all the
food,
time,
right?
just to fit in the stereotypes. But what about
Yes.
you? What were you up to normally?
Well, I didn't start making cheese or anything, but well, the thing is that what we did was especially things that I wanted to do for a long time, like finishing up certain kind of chores around the house, like painting a wall still, and that was very necessary for us, and I was happy to do that. But I'm out of the chores now, so it's time to quit this whole situation. I want to go back on tour. So, and I'm also a bit, of course it's lovely, all the stay at home kind of initiatives that people did, but at this moment I really want to feel the real music with heavy guitars and the real thing with people around me. And I feel also that all the people out there are really hungry for that at the moment. Of course, it's not possible, I know, but I feel that the hunger is getting bigger and bigger. So I think the people who can go to a concert when it does, the time is there, and when the bands can play, who have booked the shows in the right time, for that moment, they're lucky bastards, because they are the first ones to get those hungry people inside. And I just hope it will be our tour as well around that time. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm just I'm just very much longing for the interaction with the real interaction, instead of standing for a screen and not having the interaction of when you do like the stay at home kind of things, which was really beautiful, like I said, but you don't feel the energy. You see the comments, and that was fun, but yeah, I just want to have the full blast kind of thing, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing we all miss the most during
Yeah,
this
totally.
time. Yeah. All right. I think we're kind of at the end, almost at the end. So I don't know if you would like to add something or say something, send a special message to your Italian fans who are watching us.
Well, I just hope that we'll see each other sooner than later in Milan, because that's where the show is. And I hope that you're all safe. And I'm very sorry for the situation, especially in Italy, where it was so heavy. It doesn't come close in the Netherlands what you had to go through. So my heart goes out to you, and I really hope to see you when it does happen. And we're going to just give a full blast show, something to remember for always. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure for us. And thank you, everybody who watched. And see you guys all soon. Right? Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Oh, I have to quit.